Ladies and gentlemen, it's Travis here, and welcome back to the SF Bay Area SportsTalk channel. Hope everyone's having a fantastic day today. The Chicago Bulls, in a nationally televised game, unfortunately come up short in this one. Look, the second half of this game, the Bulls did not play very well. You give credit to the New York Knicks with how well they played in the second half. I feel like the Bulls, that second quarter was very good for us, and we went up by, I think it was 10 points at one point. But when you look at this game for the Bulls, this is another game where we play well enough to win the game, but due to the circumstances and the way the game played out, we lose this one, which is tough. You were feeling good after beating Philadelphia to close out the year, and you were hoping to see if we could get back-to-back wins against the 76ers, and then you go into this matchup and come up short. But for the Bulls this year, they have played very well at home, but we haven't been able to say the same about on the road. The Bulls were 4-11 on the road. Excuse me. Going into tonight's game, so now it is 4-12. So that is going to be an area they have got to improve in. One big topic of discussion with Zach LaVine getting closer to returning. The question is, are the Bulls, if you were to ask me, are they a better team with Zach LaVine? Of course they're a better team with Zach LaVine. But what we have seen is, look, I just don't know how to explain it, but Zach LaVine has not fit in very well with us. And, at this point, I think it's best that we go our separate ways. And it would be nice if we can find a trade suitor and be able to get some compensation. Because, again, LaVine is a very talented player, is averaging 22 points a game. Not quite the 25 plus points a game that we know he can put up. But the Bulls, I think they're going to be looking to try to trade Zach LaVine by the trading deadline. And if they're unable to find a trade suitor, I do ultimately think that I think with the Bulls winning more, I think that the chemistry and I think LaVine is going to be able to fit right in and help this Bulls team to take that next step. I think that we're very encouraged with what the Bulls have been able to do, because when we were 5-15, it was just not looking like it was going to be a good year. But what we've seen, the Bulls have shown flashes of being a top team in the Eastern Conference, and so the Bulls looking to take that next step. But here in the last couple games, have taken look, these games were tough. You're going against very tough opponents, but always frustrating when you play well enough to win the game. But it just took an incredible second half by the New York Knicks. They played incredible basketball, so you tip your cap to them. What's going on, Renee Cruz? Yep, let's go, diehard faithful San Francisco 49ers Empire. We cannot wait for the game on Sunday and for the playoffs upcoming. I am beyond excited, and what a time to be a 49er fan 49ers faithful. Let's go, Niners. And welcome in, everyone, to the Chicago Bulls post-game show as we are breaking this one down. The Bulls at the Madison Square Garden in New York taking on the Knicks. The Bulls in this game didn't start off very well, but they came back in the second quarter and put together a fantastic quarter to get back in this game to take the lead. And it was looking like the Bulls were going to be able to continue to build momentum. But when we went to the second half, the Knicks, they just took over. And Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle, you tip your cap to those guys. They had career nights, just spectacular. Julius Randle, his sixth 30-plus point performance this season, and tonight he put up 35 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists. So when Julius Randle is doing that, and then you got Jalen Brunson, the starting guard, he had 31 points in the game and 13 assists, getting his teammates involved. And look, when these guys are doing what they did tonight, makes it very tough to beat them out there. So tough. We got to move forward. The Bulls looking to get back in the win column. We'll be taking on the Charlotte Hornets Friday night at the United Center. Let's go, Chicago Bulls. And as we take a look at the stats of this game, DeMar DeRozan, the Bulls' leading scorer in the game with 28 points. He was 10 of 13 from the field, 3 of 4 from 3, and added 3 rebounds and 4 assists. Kobe White, the young point guard, he had 26 points. He was 9 of 19 from the field. He had 8 assists and 4 rebounds. He had a great game out there, and we are finally seeing Kobe White become the star point guard that we always knew he could become out there. So, you look at the game he had tonight at the Madison Square Garden to put up 26 points. Just incredible. Kobe White has been one of the most fun players to watch out there as he has just gotten better and better. And then you've seen Patrick Williams really show the consistency. Over these last 17 games, Patrick Williams playing incredible basketball. So, you take a look at what the Bulls have done in their last 17 games. They have played great basketball. They had a winning month in December. So, look, I think this Bulls team, I do think that getting to, say, a top 4 team in the Eastern Conference is certainly within reach. And I think that we're just a couple years away from being able to contend for a championship. So you're looking at very exciting times for the Chicago Bulls team as they are continuing to get better and better. And although a couple of rough losses here in the back-to-back, you just got to forget about this one, move forward, and look to get back in the win column Friday night as the Bulls take on the Charlotte Hornets at the United Center. It's going to be a fun one, and we are going to be getting to our picks of the game, so we'd love to hear who you're taking as the player of the game. And my player of the game, I'm taking Kobe White as he is becoming the star point guard that we always knew he could become out there. He had 26 points in the game. He was 9 of 19 from the field, doing it all. 8 assists in 4 rebounds. What a game for Coby White, and what a year he is having. And I think that you have seen here with LaVine having been out these 17 games, Coby White being the main starter, getting the bulk of the playing time. I mean, he is blossoming, becoming the best that we have seen him. And I mean, this is so much fun to watch. Coby White, my player of the game. And thank you so much, everyone, for your incredible support. And let's make some noise for the YouTube algorithm, and let's smash up the like button. Thank you so much for your support. Smashing the like button. This lets the YouTube algorithm know that this Bulls post-game show is important, so YouTube can recommend this Chicago Bulls post-game show to as many Chicago Bulls fans and Bulls Nation out there. Thank you so much, everyone. And if you enjoy the Chicago Bulls live post-game shows, we're going to be breaking it down all season following every Chicago Bulls game. And so if that sounds good to you, definitely consider subscribing to the channel. Appreciate your support, everyone. The Bulls look to get back on track Friday night at the United Center, taking on the Charlotte Hornets. And when you look at this game tonight, frustrating, but the Bulls played it well enough to win. Coby White was incredible tonight. 26 points. Coby White becoming the star point guard that we always knew he could become out there. So as a Bulls fan, this is very exciting to see Coby White playing very well. Patrick Williams becoming the star that we knew he could become. The consistency from Patrick Williams. You got DeMar DeRozan playing like how he was in his San Antonio Spurs days. So, I mean, this Bulls team is not far from taking that next step. And so let's continue to grind out there. Friday night, big opportunity to get back in the win column. Let's do it, Bulls Nation. Hope everyone has a great rest of your night.